Get over here as well. Got this pretty cheaply too. So messed with one of the connectors on the speakers, but it's got a flat blade style connector. It's actually a plastic base, all plastic, but it's a Thorn brand. This one, it's got the all metal. This is one of the better earlier BSR, the other BSR. This one's a heavier duty version of the other BSR I got, and with these metal ones, these metal turntables, always seized. That whole thing's turning, so it's very common with these, but not hard to fix. So it's got some 301 oil in there to lubricate this. This is freed up. That's all got lubricant down this shaft in there, so this is all freed up. But that whole thing's turning, so I've got to get this little Platter decal off. Under this decal, there's a circlip, so I've got to undo that and apply heat, because the grease inside here actually turns to glue. It was very common for this grease in here to turn to glue. It's yeah, it's not grease anymore, it's just super glue. That was very common with these, so pull this off. And don't force it. If it's seized, never force it, because you can damage the mechanism inside it. So you've got to be very careful and just ease it out bit by bit. You have to use some sort of thing to heat that up and just get the grease to break down in there. 6 watts per channel, RMS, speech and music tip of 4% harmonic distortion, 24 watts peak music power. I think this was a bit more powerful than the other one, the Regis one I got. Be from probably the same era. This was a Retrovision brand, sold at Retrovision. So I need a bit of, should be a pretty loud unit, just as good as the other one. This has actually got a better turntable on it, despite this only being cheaply made for a low-end budget store in the time. It's all plastic, not wood, but this is actually a better turntable than the other one. So anyway, I've got to get this loosened up, or we'll lubricate it and have a look under the underside. It's got this adjust on it too. Slightly different actually. More advanced, this one. It doesn't have 16 RPM there. But yeah, it's got a few extra more heavy duty features in this one. Bit dusty anyway, let's get this thing loosened up. How will we check that out? This one has a schematic in it. Huh. Dated for the 1971. It's actually older. Well, there you go, it's older than my Regis turntable. And a lot more heavier built. Wow, this one's built very well. A&R, Australian transformer manufacturer. It's a lot more heavily built. Wow, main foot capacitor. It's a, looks like a Panasonic TK brand. They're the transistors. There's a transistor, see with heat sinks on them. It's actually quite a big board actually. This is more powerful than the other one. So I'm going to make a tap to go off there with a switch, and I can put a custom line in on this thing, because I can't get used to that socket. I haven't got the plug for it. I've got the switch goes on there. These are switched, so these go to a switch. So a switch will come off that, and these are a signal, the audio signal. Okay. There's our headphones. Oh, so this turntable. Yeah, that is not grease. That's bloody old peanut, old jam. Literally like jam. No, that's not grease anymore. Don't even smell like grease. That's nothing. That's gone the buggery. So you have to be very patient and working with these things. I can push on that. You see there? I don't want to damage this. It's very stuck. Very stuck. This is the only part that's plastic. The rest is all heavy duty mechanism. Oh, that is damn sticky. So it's an AC drive motor, and you can see in there is our idler wheel. That all moves alright. It's just this part here, or this will have to be re-cleaned and re-greased. Those wires there are going to get hit. Careful. And pick up wires. This is a big challenge just getting this undone. So this bit here is what drops the records automatically. So that all works. Alright, so the way to do this, to get this turntable off, is actually heat up that centre hub. Carefully heat it up and the grease will soften. I could use a heat gun, but I risk melting the mat surrounding on that turntable platter. So I'm going to have to be very careful here. Okay. Output current 250 milliamp under no suitable conditions. When you look at that, this is a lot heavier duty than the other one. Well, this ought to definitely be a lot louder. You see the plastic. It's interesting how they cosmetically this thing was, a lot less heavier made. Nowhere near as heavier made, this one. So Thorn, that brand's at rodeo rentals now, and it's very bad Chinese rubbish. This is most likely a Japanese components. Anyway, let's get that thing freed up. The needle's in good nick too on this. The needle cleanup, both needles are intact. Okay, viewers, I got a new trick. I got this cleaned up using some methylated spirits. Let me tell you, that was not grease on that anymore. Gee, it's like someone stuck it in bloody a jar of jam, and stuck it in there, and the jam went off and turned to glue over 20 something years. Literally, that was what grease was like. I'm going to use taps, but methylated spirits clean this up very, very well. That notch there lines up in that gap. You just pull that up carefully. I just wrenched it with a bit of pliers and a rag carefully, and just carefully rocked it backwards and forwards and lifted it straight up. That just pulls out. So that one is clean. Well, I had to get this to loosen up. I did the soldering iron trick as a radio TV friend suggested, but I didn't want to resort to plan B and get the gas torch out and heat this up with a flame. Big no-no. So what I did, that in there like that, pressed firmly, and locked that with a screwdriver. Just locked it with this screwdriver. Locked it in place and rocked this table back and forth with the other hand while holding that in place. And what do you know? It loosened up and now it's coming off. Beautiful. That's a good technique. So just sit it in there with that along like that. Firmly hold it. As long as it's a new screwdriver with sharp edges. I didn't do any damage in there either, so beautifully well done that one. Hold it like that and just rock the table backwards and forwards and lift up at the same time. Success. That's in good condition. Beautiful. Well, that stuff was brand new. What you never ever do. Never leave it in gear. Never do that. Because that will leave a flat spot on your tyre. That motor's very good. Very good. This all moves very good. That all works. So I don't have to really touch that. I might just put a dab of oil in that to free it up. But this, they're not even sticky anymore. That's like bitumen. It's gone like bitumen. It's gone glued on it's like old glue that loses its adhesion, not adhesive anymore. That's what this stuff actually is. It's a ball bearing in there, see? This is a very good quality unit. The other turntable I got, that's all plastic. But this one, these are the good high-end BSRs. These are the good turntables. These are even better than the $400 or $500 audio bloody technical ones you get at JB Hi-Fi. I'll have to clean this out with methylated spirits, polish this up. I'll soak this bearing with this. Since that bearing's still okay, I'll do that later though. I'll give that a shaft to clean before I put this on it. So what you want to do, you want to get this all polished up clean. So I get a little rag and some methylated spirits and we'll get that buffed up nice and shiny. That's all working smoothly. Alright, I'll give this all a good dust around too. Dust all that's around out. So that was that's the worst nightmare. If it's seized, it's not hard to fix, don't panic. Just follow my technique and Radio TV Fredonut's technique. Well, he used a heat gun and heated this up, and he actually melted he melted this mat. Now they did the soldering iron check, but that would have taken ages. So the best method by far, you move this out, pull this out, jam that in there like that, lock it with a screwdriver, and rock this backwards and forwards, and it will come out easy. No damage done whatsoever. Yours, that's better. Look at that. Cleaned all that up, put the fresh oil on that, oil in these bearings on that shaft. Beautiful. There we go. Look at that. There's plenty of oil in that now. Soaked in bloody oil. I didn't wipe off the excess inside that. I had to put the circlip in the puddle of oil that was still there from that and put the circlip straight in it. So that puddle will eventually work its way down that shaft. They're two separate bearings too, not one sleeve. They're just two little 2mm thick washers inside that. Doesn't go all the way through, so that'll self-lubricate quite nicely. Beautiful. Bloody awesome. This will work brilliantly now. Now contact clean these slide pots. These slide pots are notoriously going to get dirty. Very notorious for being noisy. Especially when there's carpet, plastic things, and some are plastic and some are carpet, but they actually wear out, as a case in this one, so they're going to be pretty noisy in there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yep, they need contact cleaner. Just by looking at them, they're going to sound really scratchy. So this will polish up quite nicely. Alright, let's give it cleaned, dusted, and give it a test. Clean now, look at that. Most oil to activate, but it's getting in there. That one's come out quite well, no scratchiness. Yep, that is working beautifully. Yep, all intact. Leave this up. Don't have a record to put on there yet. Huh, had a little adjustment on there. Interesting, 2, 4 and 6. Alright, let's go auto. Oh. Something's not working properly there. Now, one channel is working. Yeah, now both channels are working. So I got one of those connectors, so I had to strip the wire, just jam it in there by hand. Shame it's missing one. Yeah. Anyway, look at that, investigate that. Pour the platter off again and just investigate that wire thing. It's this mechanism here that actually uses the arm, that moves the tone arm. That thing, that's even automatic. The other one hasn't got that function. Yeah, see? It's that little gear under there that uses this mechanism. Well, that gear's not even engaging properly, so I'm going to have to investigate that. But we've come this far, so far so good. Let's see how burn the speaker drivers are inside these enclosures. Those will need to be redone too because the glue's gone off. You can see there. Pretty cheap, but still beats anything bloody cheap today. Wow. It is better quality than This is better quality than the other one that I bought. MSP manufacturer special products, high flux speaker. Would you look at that? A Sydney-based manufacturer, still making these in 1971. Proper acoustic frame and everything in this thing. Yep, there's an Australian made stuff. Manufacturers special products, and these are using TVs, radiograms at the time in the 70s. Wow. Alright viewers, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.